afternoon is the world news on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. Here are the top stories of the news. President Buhari expresses commitment to tackling piracy in Gulf of Guinea region. Nigeria to get WHO-approved malaria vaccine next year. Ogun, 11 other states get new commissioner of police. EFCC arraigns Ondo Speaker over 2.4 million naira fraud. In business, CBN defend forex ban on stockfish importation. And on the foreign scene, no sign, Sudan warning parties ready to serious negotiation. And in sport, AFN names 42 athletes for African Under-18, Under-20 Championship. Details of these are more coming up shortly. Welcome back. I am OLUWAFISAYOMI, AJIBOLA. President Muhammadu Buhari on Tuesday said Nigeria will continue to deploy significant resources towards tackling piracy in the Gulf of Guinea. The president also said regular meetings among the countries that make up the Gulf of Guinea Commission is a critical route towards achieving peace and security in the region. President Buhari stated this at the third extraordinary section of the Assembly of Heads of State and Government of the Gulf of Guinea Commission in Accra, Ghana. The Nigerian leader noted that the country in June 2021 unveiled a $195 million worth of boats, vehicles and aircraft in its fight against piracy in the Gulf of Guinea through the Deep Blue Project. Reiterating Nigeria's commitment and step towards fighting maritime insecurity in the Gulf of Guinea, President Muhammadu Buhari encouraged countries to enact laws against piracy and other criminal acts as Nigeria has done. The federal government will this Wednesday begin the evacuations of stranded Nigerians, including students in Khartoum and other cities in Sudan. The federal government had planned the repatriations of Nigerian nationals in that country on Tuesday, but had to shift the evacuation to today for security reasons. To facilitate the repatriation, the government has released 150 million naira for hiring 40 buses to convey its desperate citizens from Sudan to Cairo in Egypt. The money was paid to an undisclosed transport company on Tuesday by the Central Bank of Nigeria through the National Emergency Management Agency. The chairman of Nigerian Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabirerewa, confirmed on Tuesday that the payment had been done, noting that the evacuees would take off on Wednesday morning. The federal government says that RTSS malaria vaccine is expected to be available in the country by 2024. Minister of Health, Dr. Osage Hanide, disclosed this on Tuesday at a press briefing commemorating World Malaria Day 2023. Represented by the ministry's permanent secretary, Mama Mahmouda, the minister said the government had submitted an application for the vaccine to Gavi. The Oxford malaria vaccine recently granted provisional approval by the National Agency for Food, Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC. Hanire said an ongoing phase trial is about to be completed. He said the provisional approval is premised on the need to include Nigeria in the phase 1 clinical trial of the vaccine. The Police Service Commission, PSC, has announced the deployment of a new Commissioner of Police to Ogun State Police Command. The new Police Commissioner, CP Oladimeji Yomi Olarewaju, takes over from Frank Uba, who was recently promoted to the rank of Assistant Inspector General of Police. The Police Service Commission also deployed 11 other commissioners to Ondo, Benue, Kaduna, Delta, Yobe, Zamfara, Sokoto, Bayelsa, Katsina, and Federal Capital Territory. The spokesperson for the commission, Ike Chukwani, in a statement released on Tuesday, said the chairman of the commission, Solomon Arase, urged the newly appointed commissioners of police to be more dedicated to their duty. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, on Tuesday arraigned Speaker of the Ondo State House of Assembly, Bamidele Oloyelogun, over allegations of fraud. Oloyelogun was arraigned alongside a lawmaker representing the Akoko Southwest Constituency 2, Philemon Bankole, and the staff of the Assembly, Segun Bankole. The former Deputy Speaker of the Assembly, Iroju Ogundeji, had petitioned the EFCC alleging that the defendant conspired to share 2.4 million naira meant for a seminar in Lagos, which they never attended. The defendant pleaded not guilty to the two-count charge preferred against him. In his ruling, the presiding judge, Justice Adegboyega Adebusoye, held that the defendant should continue to enjoy the administrative bail and adjourn the matter, to May 18 for trial to commence. Governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun, has approved the appointment of Mr. Wasiu Kuye as a permanent secretary in the state civil service. Also appointed is Mukaila Adebowale Lawal as board secretary for the State Universal Basic Education Board. This was contained in a statement by the chief press secretary to the governor, Mr. Kunle Shomori in Abeokuta. Shomori said the new appointees will fill the existing vacancy in the public service. While congratulating the appointees, governor urged them to brace up for the challenges of their positions and apply themselves diligently to the building of future together agenda of this administration. The plank section of Bodija Market in Ibadan, Oyo State capital, has been razed by fire. Shops and goods worth millions of naira were reportedly destroyed in the fire incident that occurred on Tuesday at about 5 in the evening. In a video of the incident, Oyo State fire service men and shop owners were seen making frantic efforts to put out the fire amid a downpour. A witness attributed the incident to an electrical spark from one of the stores. You have been listening to the world news on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. We'll go for a break. After the break, we'll have business, foreign and sport. Do stay with us. In business, the Central Bank of Nigeria said foreign exchange restriction imposed on importation of stockfish was to resuscitate the domestic fishery industries, conserve foreign exchange, and improve employment generation. This follows revelations by the Norwegian Seafood Council that stockfish import to Nigeria from Norway declined by 5.9% to 3.2 billion naira in 2022 from 3.4 billion naira in 2021. Speaking at the just concluded Norwegian Seafood Seminar held in Lagos, Director of Trade and Exchange Department for the CBN, Ozuemena Naji, said that the Apex Bank had to include stockfish among the 43 items that had been restricted from accessing forex due to the scarce foreign exchange currently being experienced in the country. Represented by an official of the Apex Bank, Mrs. Bukola Adenubi, Naji also said that the move was also meant to grow the local fishery capacity of Nigeria with a view to exporting Nigerian aquatic products. On the foreign scene, United Nations envoy to Sudan says there are no signs that the two warring parties are ready to seriously negotiate and put an end to fights. Vocas parties told a UN Secretary Council meeting in New York City on Tuesday that both sides in the conflict believe that they can secure victory. Commenting on the temporary and shaky truce between the Sudan Armed Forces and the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces, which went into effect on Tuesday, Pashi said that it was holding in some parts so far, but fighting had continued in key areas. Parties also denounced that he described as a disregard for the laws and norms of war among the combatants who have turned Khartoum into a war zone since battles broke out on April 15. U.S. President Joe Biden has declared his intention to run for a second term in 2024. In a video released by his team on Tuesday, Biden said that next year's contest is against Republican extremism, noting that he needs more time to fully realize his vow to restore the nation's character. The 80-year-old is the nation's oldest president and the oldest to contest for office. In sports, the Athletic Federations of Nigeria, AFN, has named 42 athletes to compete for honors at the combined 40 Africans Under-18 Championships and the 15 African Under-20 Championships scheduled to start this weekend in Douala, Zambia. The list is made up of 23 Under-18 girls and boys, as well as 19 Under-20 men and women. Nigeria's Under-20 women's record holder, Timan Godbless, is spearheading Nigerians' challenge for podium places in the Under-20 category, while National Sport Festival 100 and 200-meter silver medalist Faith Okwoso tops the list of 23 Under-18 athletes listed for the championships. AFN Technical Director Samuel Onikeku said the federation has selected the best athletes that will do Nigerian proud in Douala and follows in the footsteps of their predecessor, who launched their way to stardom at the championship. That was the world news on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. To end the news, here is a recap of the major stories. President Buhari expressed commitment to tackling piracy in Gulf of Guinea. Nigeria to get WHO-approved malaria vaccine next year. Ogun, 11 other states get new commissioner of police. We did also tell you that EFCC has arraigned Ondo Speaker over 2.4 million naira fraud. And in business, CBN defended Forex ban on stockfish importation. On the foreign scene, no signs Sudan warring parties ready for serious negotiation. And in sports, we did tell you that the AFN has named 42 athletes for African Under-18 Under-20 Championship. The world news was edited by Abidat Tawhid. I am OLUWAFISAYOMI AJIBOLA. For more news and updates, you can follow us on www.facebook/Al-IyamoyeTv and radio, and on Twitter at AJIBOLA, on Instagram at Al-IyamoyeTv. You can always stream live by logging on to www.aliyamoyetvradio.com. You can watch us live on YouTube at Al-IyamoyeTv. Thanks for listening and do have a splendid day.